Do you know what the savvy investors of Singapore have realized? You think, no rush, I'll wait a bit. Half a year later, bam, the government drops a new rule, a new cooling measure, and usually it happens at midnight. They announce at 11:57 p.m. and it takes effect in 3 minutes at midnight the next day. You sleep, you wake up, and suddenly, your plan just got more expensive or even impossible. We've seen this with new ABSD rates, buyer's equity adjustments, seller's stamp duty increases, and here's the key point. These aren't small fees. They are real costs, costs that reduce your potential gains, costs that hit opportunity. For example, SSD just increased from a 3-year to a 4-year holding period. Someone who bought 5 months ago would have been fine. But if you waited, suddenly your holding period is longer. That's extra time tied up, extra cost, and less flexibility. Maybe it's a cooling measure that reduces loan-to-value LTV limit for HDB housing loans such as from 80% to 75% in August 2024. But of course, we understand there must be reasons where you had to wait.
You may not be aware of this, but Singapore's most advanced and elite homeowners do not rely on the conventional way of buying property. Is buying your home simply about selecting the right location, floor level, size, floor plan, and price, regardless of whether the interior suits your style and individuality? What is Singapore's most advanced elite doing to ensure their exact dream properties are achieved? For Singapore's most strategic and influential families, property acquisition is a carefully orchestrated process designed to ensure that every dollar spent contributes precisely toward achieving their exact dream home or ideal investment unit. At Lauder Homes, Singapore's elite have been leveraging our advanced real estate playbook to achieve homes and investment assets that are meticulously planned inside and out. When buying a property, you always have a choice. Would you prefer to buy a unit, only to later realize that you no longer have sufficient budget to renovate it to your desired aesthetic and functionality? Would you be willing to sacrifice location, unit level, or layout just to afford the interior you want? Or would you rather own a dream home, one that is perfectly located, positioned at the right level, well priced for growth, and fully renovated in a style and function that truly reflects your lifestyle and individuality? Most Singaporeans do not realize that it is entirely possible to have both, and fortunately, most buyers remain stuck in the traditional model. They engage a real estate agent to buy a unit, complete the transaction, and only then hire an interior designer. It is at this stage that many discover they no longer have enough budget to renovate their home to their desired standard. By contrast, Singapore's most strategic families do not leave such outcomes to chance. The most strategic and influential families in Singapore engage Lauder Homes to plan, grow, and fulfill their total real estate goals holistically. This includes identifying the ideal unit in terms of location, age, floor level, price, and growth potential, yet simultaneously ensuring the interior design reflects their lifestyle, values, and individuality. How does Singapore's elite realize their exacting dream homes without compromise? How does Singapore's elite win at the property game? The critical edge they gain is the integration of real estate consultancy and interior design right from the very beginning. Lauder Homes is Singapore's first and only integrated real estate and interior design consultancy, allowing us to assist clients from a 360-degree perspective at the start when searching for the right property. Many Singaporeans are disappointed to discover that after spending millions on a property, they are unable to realize their dream home simply because they lacked an advisor with a holistic real estate and interior design perspective. By the time they spent millions on a property and renovation begins, they discover their budget is insufficient to realize their desired style. Or could the accurate reno cost be made known by an agent interior designer when looking around for units? Different units are in different styles, different ages. They cost differently to renovate to meet your standards. Can a conventional agent accurately assess the renovation cost for each unit to ensure you have sufficient renovation budget to realize your dream home? Maybe there is a better way to do things. What if there is one company in Singapore, the only one in Singapore with real estate agents who are also interior designers, who can correctly advise you the cost to renovate each unit to your desired style while searching for the right unit for you? The reverse also happens just as often. Some buyers allocate too much budget to renovation and, as a result, settle for a lower floor, a less convenient location, or a unit with poor facing, perhaps even overlooking a rubbish dump. Only later do they realize that they could have afforded a better unit, such as one on a higher floor or a newer development, had the renovation budget been planned accurately. Or could this have been avoided if the reno cost had been assessed when shopping for the unit? These scenarios are entirely avoidable, yet most people repeat them. Those who don't are usually those who plan differently from the start. Only the most strategic and power-dual Singaporeans insist that every single dollar spent must serve a defined outcome, not just aesthetically, but structurally, financially, and lifestyle-wise. These elite and astute Singaporeans leverage the efficiency Lauder Homes offer of ensuring that every single dollar spent contributes toward achieving their dream asset, inside and out. To illustrate how this works in practice, consider how we sold a maisonette to a buyer in Bishan in 2023. We had an interested buyer, a couple in their early 30s with a 1-year-old daughter and a helper. After thoroughly understanding their lifestyle and long-term requirements, we showed them how the existing layout of the maisonette could be re-envisioned to support their present and future needs. Instead of simply showing them the unit, we helped them see their future inside it. We proposed hacking the walls of the utility room to create a mudroom. This space would include a built-in bench where the family could put on their shoes, with storage underneath. The bench would also serve as a training space for the father to teach their daughter the habit of placing her school bag there when she eventually starts school. We carved out a hidden storeroom with a concealed door to store bulky items such as a baby stroller. If the family later takes up cycling, especially given Bishan's excellent parks, the space could also house bicycles. The mudroom floor would be paved with tiles, allowing umbrellas to dry there instead of dripping water throughout the living room and kitchen on the way to the yard. This area could also be styled with their favorite potted plants or herbs, becoming a charming indoor garden. We then proposed converting the original dining room into the living room. The original wall between the kitchen and utility room would be hacked to half height and replaced with glass panels to allow natural light into the kitchen. The kitchen walls would be hacked to create an open kitchen, making space for a generous 1.9-meter island with storage beneath. Folding doors would be installed so the kitchen could be enclosed during heavy cooking. We also designed a dedicated yard with foldable glass doors to protect hanging laundry from cooking smells. Fluted glass would be used so guests would not see unsightly laundry when visiting. Additional cabinetry in the yard would house mops, brooms, pails, and conceal the rubbish chute cover. The kitchen and yard floors would be also tiled, as these are wet, heavy-duty areas, while the rest of the maisonette would be finished in warm luxury vinyl flooring, which is softer and more comfortable underfoot. The balcony would be leveled to match the living room floor and fitted with a sloping roof. This area would become the dining room, spacious enough to answer the buyer's specific request for a 10-seater table for Christmas gatherings and Chinese New Year celebrations. Along the windows, we proposed a counter where the family could enjoy coffee while overlooking greenery. The space under the stairs would be partitioned into a storeroom suitable for luggage and vacuum cleaners. On the upper level, we proposed partitioning the master bedroom to carve out a helper's room and a dry kitchen in the common space. The dry kitchen would include electrical provisions for an air pot, allowing the helper to prepare milk formula at night without entering the main kitchen. Storage for milk formula would also be catered for in the cabinetry. As the daughter grows older, the dry kitchen could be repurposed into a coffee nook with an espresso machine or used to display the family's travel photos. The milk formula storage could easily be repurposed for storage of other items. Next to the helper's room would be the daughter's room. Our planning was future-proofed, as the space could accommodate an additional bed should the family have a second child. Bedroom 3 was proposed as a study, which was a specific requirement from the buyers. The room could comfortably house 3 or more desks, or one each for the father, mother, daughter, and even a future second child, over time. This study could be converted into a bedroom for the second child if needed. We identified a lot of wasted space in the corridor outside bedroom 2 and proposed shifting the door to extend the bedroom and minimize unnecessary wasted corridor space. This newly created area would become a highly flexible zone. It could serve as the wife's makeup area, a coffee bar, or additional storage. Wall pegs could be added for the couple to hang outfits for the next day or to hang their towels after coming out from the bath. The buyers required extensive wardrobe space and did not need a TV in the bedroom. We planned a full 4-meter wardrobe run, a king-size bed, and space for either a study desk or makeup dresser. By re-envisioning Bedroom 2 as the new suite, we were also able to create a dedicated shower stall, which was a specific requirement from the owners. Based on this comprehensive proposal, we advised the buyers that the overhaul renovation would cost approximately $150,000. This included microcement finishes for walls and floors in all 3 bathrooms, boxing up of pipes in all 3 bathrooms, and evening out HDB beams to achieve a condominium-like finish. The buyers paid the option fee within 2 days. The unit was sold at $1.16 million with $30,000 COV, just 2 weeks after listing, despite having only 66 years of lease remaining. We subsequently renovated the unit for the buyers for $150,000 as envisioned. Homes don't sell faster because they're cheaper. They sell faster because buyers can envision their futures. Lauder Homes' interior design expertise isn't a bonus for buyers, it's a strategic advantage for sellers. And the elite know this. This same strategic lens applies to new launches. When purchasing new launches, our trained eye as interior designers allows us to accurately evaluate developers' floor plans. In this case, a minimum of 90 centimeters of clearance is required behind chairs for them to be pulled out comfortably and for people to move in and out with ease. This renders the proposed layout impractical. Isn't it invaluable to spot this in advance? A more realistic alternative might be a round cafe table with 2 chairs. Even better, consider a coffee or wine bar or a dry kitchen with a counter for 2. How perfect is that? Or how about a 1.2 meters bar tabletop that seats for with amazing lighting above? And how invaluable it is to know these possibilities before you commit to buying the unit. This holistic approach may be too advanced for most Singaporeans to grasp. Many did not realize that with holistic planning, disciplined budget control, and interior design considerations integrated into the buying process, their true real estate goals are fully achievable. Of course, one may choose to stick to a conventional agent and the traditional way of buying or selling property. The high-level real estate playbook we offer may feel unconventional or advanced to some. Most mainstream Singaporeans are uncomfortable stepping outside familiar methods. They prefer to spend $3 million on a maybe, and I think so, and hope for the best, hoping that somehow the property will eventually become their dream home. I'm not sure if a conventional agent can help you envision how a unit can be transformed to match your desired style. Are they able to provide accurate renovation cost estimates on the spot to support precise budget planning? Singapore's elite think differently. They are strategic with every dollar and relentless in ensuring that each dollar spent contributes toward their dream outcome. They demand both the ideal unit and a unique interior that reflects their personality and lifestyle. Most buyers only find out after the purchase is complete, when it is often too late. You want to make sure you realize your dream home in the end. Or would you want to find out after you have spent millions that your vision cannot be realized? Would you prefer to live in regret, after spending millions, thinking, could it have turned out better? Perhaps you are ready to leave behind the outdated and inefficient way of buying and selling property. Perhaps you are ready to strategically deploy every dollar to achieve a real return. Not just financially, but in the form of a home that truly fulfills your vision. If you are ready to implement the strategies that Singapore's most advanced elite have been leveraging, we are here to guide you. If you are not ready, you may of course continue with the traditional model. We will still do our best to serve you to your satisfaction. The choice, as always, is yours.